Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and this is it. This is the final video for this project. By the time we're done with this video, you will have a fully playable game, completely customized by you, made by you, you know, all the stuff, right? So let me show you what we need to do to finish this up. First of all, we've been doing all of our work so far in level 1. What you need to do is make sure that you take this object here, this slingshot and all this functionality that we have for our slingshot, and make sure you put it in level 2. Now, luckily, because we've been save scenes and save project, because we've been doing all this stuff in a prefab, if I load this prefab into a new scene, let's say level 2. So if I grab this slingshot and bring him in and put him at -22 and +3, I should still be able to get all the same functionality because we were making changes to the prefab itself. And it doesn't. Here's the reason why. Because this slingshot doesn't have, wait, why doesn't it have the script? Okay, that's weird. Maybe we added the script to the last one. Let's add our spawn script to the slingshot prefab this time. Nope, the slingshot prefab. There we go. And then when we go there, no, I want to add it not as a child of the slingshot prefab. Ugh. My computer's going a little bit slow, so it's driving me nuts. I don't want to add it as into the slingshot prefab folder. I want to add it to the slingshot prefab. There we go. Now move my spawn script all the way back down into my scripts folder. Okay. All right, so my slingshot now has a spawn script, and I will drag the bird prefab. Hello. Well, hello. I'll drag the bird prefab in there. And let's save projects and save scenes. All right, so now if I go to, let's say, level 3 and bring the slingshot in, it should work without me having to do anything else. Let me give that a shot. Okay, perfect. So this is why I like prefabs, because with prefabs, then we can have the same functionality all through the game, and we can just keep loading in those objects over and over again. Beautiful. All right, so make sure all your levels have a slingshot in them. And then what you need to do, let's go to level 1. Yeah, we'll save. Then what you need to do is you need to bring in your blocks and your pigs. So let's talk about the blocks real quick. So we have wood blocks like this. Let me zoom in so it's easier to see. We have some wood blocks like this. We have some wood blocks like this. We have some stone like this. And we have some stone like this. Okay, these are all prefabs, which means they already have their rigid bodies and colliders and everything attached to them. So all you have to do is bring them in and configure them in the level. So I can set up something pretty cool like this. Let's rotate this on the Z-axis by 90 degrees. Drop him right there. And then I can grab him and put him right there. And then put him right there. And I have basically a little structure that I've just quickly built. That was weird. Why is it spawning more than... Hello? What's going on? This is awesome. Okay. I think it's because the slingshot now has 2 spawn scripts attached to it, and it does. I'm going to remove that. That was awesome, though. I like that. That was fun. Okay. All right. Now everything's working properly, hopefully. So now, oh, that was too far. Now I can shoot at the blocks, and they'll topple over if... There we go. Boom. So we can build cool levels, cool houses, and stuff like that. One thing that we also have, though, is this ice block. And this ice block is a little bit different because I want the ice block to be destroyed whenever it gets hit by something that's traveling a little bit too fast, right? So I don't want the ice block to just stay there forever. So I need to write one more script for this project, and it's called, we'll call it break on impact. So let's go to scripts, create a C# script, and we'll call this break on impact. Okay. And we'll open him up real quick. All right. And we'll organize. Oh, I'll give it a second. Let my encoding catch up. All right, there we go. And let's organize our brackets a little bit. Boom. And let's go with, actually, I don't need any of the, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't need the update or the start, now that I think about it. Okay. So what we need to do is we essentially just need we need a new float value. And the float value is going to return whatever the force of the collision that just happened is. So what we'll do is we'll create a float. We'll call this collision force. Yeah, that works. And it'll be collision 2D and other. Okay. Now, what collision force does is it actually, I'll hover over it there. It returns a float value based on the calculation that we're about to do, right? So if other dot collider dot get component rigid body 2D. So if we've collided with something with a rigid body, then we want to return speed times, nope. Did I forget to create my speed variable? No? Yeah, oh, I did. Before this if, I want to create a speed variable. So float speed equals other dot relative velocity dot square magnitude. Okay, relative velocity dot square magnitude. Basically, how fast is it going, right? And so I want to return speed times other dot collider dot get component rigid body. Oh, I hit F11. Rigid body 2D dot mass, because I want to return the mass of the object we've collided with, so I can determine if the object is massive enough for me to destroy my object. All right, so if not, though, if we haven't collided with anything, just return speed. That's pretty easy. Or if we've collided with something that doesn't have a rigid body, right? Then we'll just return speed. So that's pretty easy. And then all we have to do here, once we have our float value of our collision force, then we have to do a void on collision enter 2D. And I want this to be collision 2D other. Okay. And then in here, we just want to check to see if collision force of other is greater than or equal to force needed, which I didn't create a force. Excuse me, sorry about that. I didn't create a force needed yet. So let me do that real quick. So up there in the top, I want to create a new public float called force needed. And I'm going to set that equal to, let's say, 1,000. Which means we can adjust this. We can make it different for each object if we wanted to. So force needed. Again, I can hard code it in here, but I want to be able to adjust it later. So we want to destroy game object. Okay, so that's the last script we need to write. Let's go ahead and save this, save all, and we'll go back to Unity. We'll give it a minute to allow it to update. And this break on impact script, I actually want to attach this to the ice prefab and not the ice block that's there. So let's see, let's minimize this. All right, break on impact, we'll attach it to the ice prefab. So now hopefully we have that, and the force needed is 1,000. All right, so I'm gonna move this guy, let's move him over here, and I'm gonna rotate him on the 90 so we can hit him square on. Okay. Now, if I hit this guy hard enough, it should actually break the ice there, right? And that's why we want the boom. Notice it just destroyed it. That's exactly what we're looking for. So, and again, we can change the value here so that it has to be hit harder in order to break. Now, the last thing we need to do, honestly, we're almost done. What we need to do is we need to bring in our pigs, but the pig also needs to break if it's hit hard enough. So I'm going to take this break on impact script because it'll work for our pig and attach it to the pig prefab. But the pig, I actually don't want the pig to break after that much. Let's see. What was the number I wrote in my 300? Okay, so with the pig, instead of force needed be 1,000, let's make it 300 so it's easier to break the pigs. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. And so I can just bring a pig in here and plop them right up top there. Okay. That pig is weird looking, but whatever. Bring him in there, and I should be able to just launch my bird at the pig and break him up. Boom, and he died. Notice he started rolling there a little bit. All right, now there was some other things that I wanted to do with this project. For example, I wanted to set these rubber bands so that they actually followed your character and worked. I really don't care about the rubber bands. If you want to do them, I have a script written for them, but it's going to be a lot of, yeah, I'm not going to bother with it. For this project, we can just leave the bands alone. So what you can do is actually go into your slingshot prefab and delete both rubber left and rubber right. We'll delete those. Or actually, we can just remove them from the sling. Hello. It's just taking forever. Is it not removing? Does it not want to remove? Oh, you know what? We can just set them as inactive. There we go. So yeah, just set your rubber left and rubber right as inactive because it doesn't really add much to the game. I don't want to do a bunch more programming. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go through each level and I want you to build some cool structures using the blocks that are here. And again, all you have to do is just bring them in. So just bring in an ice block, pop it in, bring in, or not trail, bring in a stone block, pop it in. And again, you can rotate these things on 90 degrees on the Z to, build some cool houses, build out each level, make each level harder than the last level, right? So once you've built out your entire game, put a number of pigs in each level, add more pigs to each level, that kind of thing. Once you're done building out all your levels and making them look as cool as you want, what you're going to do is you're going to add all of those. You're going to add all of those. What am I thinking? Oh, all of the scenes to the build settings, to the build menu, and you're going to build the game and submit it. All right. I'm excited to play your Angry Birds games. I'm sorry, your Cranky Chickens games. I did not say the A-B word. All right. your Cranky Chickens. I'm excited to play those games. Can't wait. Make sure you build out all 6 levels or you will not get full credit. Remember, this is a power standard. This is the biggest project we've done so far. Please make it look good. Please make it look nice. All right. I love it. I'm excited. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.